What is going on, everybody? You already know what it is. It's your boy Scotty back with another one. Thursday night watch party. MEAC conference play is in full effect. You already know what it is, man. This is going to be a doozy. Hopefully, it's going to be competitive. I mean, NCCU has been doing their thing in killing competition and moving on, but we'll see how it starts off. Morgan gets the ball first. Morgan State get the ball first. NCCU on defense. We'll see what it looks like. I got NCCU on this one. I think most people do. We'll see what Morgan looks like offensively. The conference play is in full effect. All time in the MEAC. Let's get it. You only got like what, 5 teams? I think you got 5 teams. It's on ESPNU. I'm watching mine on YouTube TV. Oh man, this view is different. I ain't gonna lie, this look like some 2K view. Come on, man. I'm not a fan of this view though. He should have hit the second receiver. Oh, good catch. 0-0, game about 5 yards. Man, Morgan State coming out, throwing the ball. I'm very surprised about that. I thought they were trying to establish the run. I love these helmets by Morgan State, though. I ain't even gonna fake. I love the whole uniform by Morgan State. I love these Morgan State uniforms. They look dope to me. I love the white helmet and everything. Coming in a bunch set, tight bunch to the field, motion over. I like this. I like the wheel route. I think a wheel route's coming. Oh, no wheel route? Good move. First down. First down. Hey, country boy, I never heard of Dofu. I never heard of that, but I'm going to check it out. There's definitely going to be a run right here. Oh, no, still throwing it. Man, don't play with that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one. I'm not a fan of that one. But, but you got to get your quarterback settled in the game early, though. So, they've had a problem passing the ball. I don't think 4 straight passes is one of those things, but I do think trying to get your quarterback settled in this game is not going to be a bad thing. Got a 2x2 tight bunch set. Here we go. Oh, good double. Oh, stay on your feet, young man. Listen, this is the best. This is going to be the best part of the game right here. Can Morgan State drive consistently against this NCCU defense? We know they're not all world, right? We know they're not all world. You get what I'm saying? What Morgan State has to keep the ball. They got to play a time of possession game against NCCU because they know offensively what NCCU is. So they gotta methodically work this ball down. They're going empty set. He throws it over. Oh, good catch! Protect the ball. Morgan State crossing the 50. I like this Dominique Anthony guy. I haven't really seen a lot of Morgan State offensively, but he's looking pretty good, standing tall in the pocket. But this is the problem with NCCU. Their front four is not good. It's on YouTube TV. Their front four is not good. You get what I'm saying? So it's those type of things that you got to deal with when you could run at NCCU. I don't know why they just continue to pass and it's working, but at some point in time, here we go. They run the rock. There you go. Pick up about 5-6 yards on that run. But I like the balance that they're showing in this offense because Morgan State is a run-first team, but the NCCU D-line is definitely easy to be pushed. It definitely can be moved. It's on ESPNU. Here we go. Morgan State's on their on NCCU's 38. Look like on the 37. Going to spread 2-by-2 motion, a man across. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love the play calling. Easy pitch and catch. I love it. That's how you do it. That's nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. Great play calling. Great play calling. That's a good play call. That's a great play call. You definitely got to run right here. Got to stay ahead of the chains here. You want to stay ahead of the chains. I wouldn't be surprised if they run right here. Got to stay ahead of the chains. Here we go. Okay, let's go, Morgan. I'm loving it. Let's go, Morgan. I'm loving this scripted play. Now, listen, these are all scripted plays. So, there ain't no real play calling involved with this, but it's going well for Morgan State. You got to give them credit. It's going well. And that's all you can ask for. Because at the end of the day, this is the type of drives you want. Because why? Morgan State is going to believe in their defense that they can stop NCCU, but can Morgan State score the ball? Hit it. Here we go. Let's go, Morgan. And let's be real. Okay, let's keep it a buck. I'm going to open the call lines up if anybody wants to call in. You already know what it is, 518-263-8124, 518-263-8124. I think the beauty of what you're seeing here and is how well Morgan State has been tested. Morgan State has been tested more than probably any other team next to NCCU. So they've seen top level competition and they've done pretty well defensively. Offensively has always been a struggle. So to see what they're doing, get up, turn up. All right. To see what they're doing against NCCU is a little surprising offensively, but really what you want to see what Morgan State can do with NCCU is defensively. I don't like this last play call. I think Morgan State needs to hit it downfield. They need to hit it. I didn't like this play call. They're going east and west. They need to go downhill. All right, what are you doing, receiver? It didn't even look like the receiver tried. I'm not going to lie to you. I think 3 will be disappointing for Morgan State. I'm not going to lie to you. I do think 3 points right here will be disrespectful for Morgan State. That throw was ass. That throw was absolutely ass. Jesus freaking Christ. What is he supposed to do with that? That throw was absolutely ass. Come on, man. At least throw a back shoulder fade or something. Jesus Christ. All right. Listen, I don't, listen. I'm not saying Morgan State scoring three is great, right? Because once again, they are a defensive led team with Jordan Tolles and those boys. But to me, I think I would be a slightly disappointed because it should have been seven. The way they were moving the ball, the way they were running the ball in between the guard and the tackle, there's no reason why that shouldn't have been, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason that should have been 7 points. And I keep telling people NCCU's D line is not that nice. If it's one thing about them, to me, their weakest link is probably their front seven. Their DBs are pretty good, but their front seven is weak. That's your best opportunity. Man, I swear, boy, them things fire. Them uniforms is fire. Okay? Shh. Man, listen. Them jokers is nice. I like them. But hey, listen, you gotta. This is where, okay, it's very simple for me. This is where the game is going to be had. Can Morgan State stop NCCU? If Morgan State can't stop NCCU, Morgan State ain't got a chance because they're not going to out. You're not going to outscore Carolina Central. You ain't gonna do it. All right, you're not going North Central. You're not going. You're not going. You're not going to do that to Central. All right, it ain't just going. You ain't about to outscore Central. It ain't happening, especially with Morgan State's offense. Right, just getting 3 points was damn good. So, but if that Morgan State defense can stop North Central, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. We'll see how it goes, though. What's up, Jordan? That's where it needs to be. The grimier, the grimier, the grimier the game, the more it favors Morgan because they have the defense they can trust to make a play, get a stop, get some fumbles, get a turnover. They trust their defense because they've been in those positions before, right? So I would trust Morgan State's defense to make a stop. That's just my personal opinion. What are my top three HBCU football uniforms? I say number three is Grambling with the All Blacks. Number one is FAMU with the All Whites. I like Bethune Cookman's. Number two, I have to go with Bethune Cookman. I think Bethune Cookman has some dope color combinations. I know a lot of people might say Southern, but they be hitting missing with that little yellow, that yellow and that Carolina blue ain't they don't go well for me. But FAMU and them all white with the orange. Woo! What? Them things clean. Boy, them things clean. Them things clean. You can't even hate on that. Them things clean. This Morgan State, these Morgan State unis is fire though. These Morgan State unis are fire. On. Ooh, that bad boy about to be loose. If you thought I was picking anything, Jackson State tried to stop it. Stop it. If you thought I was picking anything, Jackson State, you're out your cotton picking mine. Good tackle. Ooh, good break. Probably fifth. Probably fourth or fifth. Yeah, probably fourth or fifth. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat a few teams, but I would have them coming in about fifth or fourth if they were in the SWAC. Watch the running back. Watch Mookie right here. Watch Mookie right here. Oh, good D. Good D. Here we go. Here we go. Got him. Got him. Go get him. Let's go, Morgan. Come on, baby. You already know who it is. That boy Toes. You know who it is. It's Toes, baby. You know who it is. That boy Toes. It's a bad boy right there. Oh, that's holding like a mug. Jesus Christ. Hey, Morgan has to score here. Morgan has to score here. Morgan has to score here. If you're Morgan State, you have to take advantage of all the empty drives of North Carolina Central because at some point your defense is going to wear down. At some point, your defense is going to wear down. But the one thing I love about Morgan State is the flexibility in how they run their defense. They're predominantly a 4-2-5, but you don't, they'll go into a 3-3-5, they'll go into a 5-2, they'll go into like a 5-2 type of situation where they did there. They brought Toes down to the line of scrimmage. Like you'll see that, and they're so flexible in their defense. Shout out to Coach Sewell because it's whatever they need. So they're not so rigid that they won't change up what they need to match what the other team is going to do. So I mean, they pretty much was looking at that situation like goal line. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. We kind of know what you're already going to do. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and play it. Listen, has to, yeah. To me, you do because you know you're not going to keep North Central down forever, right? So you have to build some type of lead to get your defense to play with more and more freedom, more and more confidence. Because if you go down and you put up 7 and it's 10-0 NCCU in the Morgan State defense, that you might only need 14 points to win this game. You know what I'm saying? Because of how great Morgan State defense is, but at the same time, you still got to give them that room to play with. So if you go up 10, NCCU scores a 7, right? The defense is still, okay, we still good. We still calm. We got it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you got to help your defense out. And you're right, putting drives together, that helps as well. But scoring points is much more proficient to helping your defense out. Now, I'm not expecting Morgan State to be, 21-0 or 21 whatever. But at the end of the day, they have to control the clock, which means running the ball and then staying ahead of the chains and getting easy stuff. Well, for me, listen, 23 toes for Morgan State is like that. Both their corners are actually pretty good. The running back for Morgan State, NCCU, Mookie Calder, you know the receiver. Um, Vic, you can't miss that. This is my reason of why I feel like in certain situations with Morgan State, you got to stay in front of the chains. You're not the type of team that can continue to play behind the chains. You got to stay ahead of the chains. So for me, I'm starting with the run. I'm not. I mean, I always start with the run because you don't want to be predictable. But hey, man, sometimes you might listen, man. We got to stay ahead of the chains. We got to be second and 8. You know what I'm saying? Second and 7, not second and 19. Oh, come! What is this? What is this? Jesus Christ! They gonna run this. There's no way. It's no way they throw this ball. There's no way they throw this ball. Holding like crazy. Dump it down. Oh! Wow. Wow, they threw that joker. I ain't think there's no way they was gonna let that kid throw that ball on 3rd and 23. Ooh-wee. Jesus. That's a dot. That is an absolute dot. Jesus, that's a throw. Are they gonna you gonna challenge it? I don't know if anybody saw that right tackle was holding like a mug. I mean, he literally like bear hugged the end. Bad. I don't know if anybody saw that, but Jesus Christ was holding. How is Jackson State number 4? They just got beat by. I see why people don't like Jay. I see why people don't like Jay Walker. They just lost. They just got they hang. How did he get them playing well? They just got their ass whooped by Houston Christian Baptist. Houston Baptist Christian. I love it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Go downhill. I like it. Downhill. Oh, good cutback. Good cutback. Good cutback. Let's go. Come on. This is a perfect first quarter for Morgan State. The clock is ticking. You keeping Davis Richards on the sideline, but you gotta come away with 7. It can't be 3, has to be 7 right here. But this is a perfect first quarter for Morgan State. Perfect first quarter. You couldn't play it no better. I hit the bubble route. Hit that bubble route on top. It's there. Got him. Got him. Easy. Good play call. Good play call. Got to run this one. Spread them out, run it. Spread them out, run it. Spread them out, run it right here. Spread them out, run it right here. Go right down the middle. Double team. Let's get some power blocks and let's get it up. Yes, girl. Oh, good, good. That was a good one. That was a good tackle by 96. That was a good tackle by 96. You short. You short. I'm going. I'm going for it. 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 Let's go. I'm going for it. Let's go. Listen, we reeling right now. We reeling and dealing. You live with it. Live and die with it. Gotta go for it right here. 4th and 1. You on their side of the field. QB keep. What we doing? QB sneak right here. Go right up behind the center. Tyrone Wheatley fired. That's what happened to Tyrone Wheatley. That memo was fired. They got that memo out of there. Morgan offered a D tackle out of Southfield, Michigan. Reggie Gardner, he's a monster. I hope he goes there. Man, listen. I wouldn't be surprised, man. The way they building that defense is just unreal, unreal. I hope they don't punt this ball either. I'll be pretty upset. Um, I think that's kind of playing scare. I think for me, What I would do is I would QB sneak it. The way that I saw the way that okay, the way that the defense was set up last play, I think if he hikes that ball and stays behind the center, I think he picks up a yard. I think he picks up a yard, right? Um, that's just me. That's just me. I can live with that. You get what I'm saying? I can live with that. So, um, but it is what it is. Yeah, what I would do is I would have it set up down set, and then I would have it. I would have it like this. I would have everybody spread out, right? And then I'll be in shotgun. This is how I would do it. This is how I do it. I'll be in shotgun, and I'll have it, and then we'll shift really quickly up. Hard count, go. You know what I'm saying? Hard count, go. Something like that. Or if I want to get cute, because sometimes as an offensive coordinator, you gotta get cute. I would go under center, hard count, jet sweep, coming off the back, something like that. It looked like it's incomplete. I ain't even gonna hold you. Look a little incomplete-ish to me. Woo! A ice roll in my bed. I toss and turn in my head. It's the simple thing. Uh, uh, oh, oh, oh. Uh, 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 I know. Strawberry, raspberry, all those good things. Yeah, that looks incomplete to me. That looks incomplete to me. So think about this. Them calling a timeout just backfired on them. If it's overturned, timeout bit him in the ass. Dang. 5-1. Everybody else is 2-4, 2-4, 2-4. One. Jesus Christ. I wouldn't be surprised if they start off the drive with Mookie Collier. Got to get him going. Got to get Mookie going. Second and 4. 3-by-1 to the field. That's a good run. Tough run. Tough run. Real tough run. You won't see a lot of it. Hey, listen, you won't see a lot of it from Morgan. Trust me when I tell you. But Davius ain't the easiest person to bring down though. You're talking about 6'4", 6'5", 215. All right, that ain't easy. You ain't gonna see a lot of missed tackles from Morgan. That ain't their style. Watch the bubble route. Good. Aha! I'm trying to tell you. You ain't gonna see too many missed tackles by Morgan. Okay? Them Bama's hit. If they don't do nothing else, them Bama's gonna hit you. That's what I'm saying. That boy came down. Wow. That's what I'm telling you. Hey, listen, you ain't gonna miss. You ain't gonna miss too many tackles at Morgan State. Do you hear me? Okay. Let me ask you guys a question. How bad NCCU has the ball is the second quarter? How bad of a loss would this be for NCCU? Like, think because, and I don't know if Blue's still on here because he's a voter in the FCS polls. How bad of a loss would this be for NCCU? Because you start conference play, you lose to a 1-4 Morgan State team, which we all know they should at least be 2-3. You know what I'm saying? Or 2-4, whatever you want to call it. No, 2-3. They forfeited the game. 2-3. At least one more win, right? So maybe 2-4. Yeah, so it'd be 2-4. So, but how bad of a loss would this be for NCCU coming? Probably out of time. Yikes! I think that's a come on, Blue. That's a huge drop. That's a huge. You're talking about probably the number 9 or 10th team in the country dropping out of the 25 for losing to Morgan State. That's a bad. That's a bad. I think that's a little overkill in my personal opinion. It's a little overkill. 59-39 coming to you. Hold on, let me. Hey, calling you live.
Hey, what's going on, Script? This is Matthew from Minneapolis.
Talk to me, man. What's going on?
Yeah, Blue has a tough job, man. He has a very tough job. How do you, even though Morgan State is 1-4, let's say they win this game tonight, how do you judge the Akron loss? You feel me? Or
Well, if you watch the Akron game, you know it was Morgan State's game. They gave it away.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Fair.
So and from what I was told, I don't think FBS wins count towards FCS polls, if I'm not mistaken. Blue can, he can tell me if that's true or not. But you know, but I just think that if they're wherever whoever's poll you want to go by, if they're because from what they've been talking about, they're ranked number ninth in the country. It's hard
Yep.
for me to believe a number 9 team drops out to 25 for a loss to Morgan State if it happens. It just that now I can see them going to 12 or 16 or
Yeah.
17, but out of the 25, I think that's a little harsh.
But here in live, because we're just getting the conference play, we don't have a line of demarcation of who the best is in the MEAC, unlike we have in the SWAC, because the SWAC East and SWAC West have been forming for like the last 2 weeks. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
So that's the thing about not having having conference play start so late in the season.
Well, I mean, but think about it like this: most teams don't just base everything solely off of conference play, right? Like the Missouri Valley Conference can, the Big Sky can, because they have most of their teams are ranked. So their conference
Yep.
play means more, right? They might have 3 ranked teams in their conference, 4 ranked teams in their conference. So it means more for them, right? Well, when it comes to HBCU, you got FAMU who is ranked in the SWAC, and then you got NCCU who's ranked in the, that's it. So conference play for the MEAC and the SWAC only matter for the MEAC and the SWAC. It doesn't really, in the grand scheme of things, for FCS polls or voters, they don't really count that as great competition because of how they view those conferences. You get what I'm saying? So
No,
for them, so for SWAC and MEACs, their out of conference means more than their in conference.
yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, there's a couple teams at the top. Obviously, South Dakota State. We're still trying to figure out about Western Carolina, Montana State. Furman. But you're right. Like look at NDSU had a loss to North Dakota. There's a lot more parity outside of the top 4 or 5 teams on top of the FCS. So it's going to be interesting to say the least. But yeah, that's all I have for you.
No, hey, appreciate the call, bro.
Yep, already. Yep, peace.
If anything, let me tell you what hurts. What hurts NCCU more is that Morgan State didn't win the games they were supposed to win, right? They didn't win the game against Akron. They didn't win the game against, they were going to lose to Yale regardless. But they didn't win the games they were supposed to win. Because if you win the games they were supposed to win, which means they're probably ranked. They're probably ranked. If they're not ranked, they're probably on the bubble at least. They're at least on the bubble. Right? So that really hurts NCCU more than anything if they end up losing this game. It's all an if. It's all a big if. But I'm just saying, it's a big if. Oh, wow. Look at Holden, ref. Holden. Come on, man. Oh, man, look at that track. That joint look nice. Man, there's been a lot of drops for NCCU. That should have been caught. That last ball should have been caught. Looks like man, two over. Watch the screen. And it's unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. Wow. 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 Wouldn't they both offset? That doesn't make sense. Okay. So let me get this straight. Kick catch interference, 15-yard penalty from the spot of the catch. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the receiving team, half the distance to the goal line. But if I just moved you up 15 from where you caught it, how would that be half the distance from the goal line? The reason why I think it's kick, I'm just give you my honest reason. The reason why I think it's kick catch interference is because he didn't get a, you didn't, you, okay. So if you bobble it, right? If you bobble it, to me, this is my personal opinion, right? I'm just thinking a muff punt is when the ball hits the ground, right? I think the reason this kick catch interference is because it hits him, it goes up, so he still has an opportunity to catch it. That would be that's just my thought process. That's just my thought process, right? That's just my thought process. I'm just because The thing is this: if he's too close, he probably still catches that ball if he wasn't in his bubble. Because you got to give him the ability to catch it. That's just my personal opinion. You see what I'm saying? So it goes up. He takes a step forward. He can still recover it because you can't hit him. You can't hit him. So even if he bobbles and it goes up in the air, you still can't hit him. You get what I'm saying? That's why to me, because it's not the ball is not live. So if it bounces up and goes up, you still can't hit him. He still gets an opportunity to catch it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on up there. Because if he drops it and it hits the ground, then the ball is live and he can be hit off the ball. You know, like they can hit him because it goes through him. It's a fumble. It's a live ball. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm just glad Morgan State got the ball back. Woo! So he just not he didn't give him the yard. So he was too close. So there's your halo rule. So he didn't give him a yard, can't catch interference. Simple. So if he was back far enough, he could have grabbed it. The ball's live. Man, they got some big receivers. I don't know why they're not throwing the ball, like giving them some jump ball opportunities. You got the slot receiver if you want them. You got that slot receiver if you want them. You got the slot receiver if you want them. Good tackle. Good tackle. I don't know why they did a drag. He could have had the out route. Manny Smith was playing hella off, bro. Jesus. Oh man, good seal right there. Good seal by the DN. Take it on that block. Take it on that puller. That was good. That was good. Oh wow, 8,200 students. Wow. Got him. Got him. Oh man, got him. Come on. Come on. Jesus. Watch this slot receiver to the field on the bottom of the screen. Pick. Pick. Come on. There we go. This defense is real. This defense is real. This defense is real. I'm telling you, if Morgan wins this game, that Howard and Morgan game, woo, I'm going to be in the building for that one. I'm going to be in the building for that one. Yes, sir. If Morgan wins this game, I'm going to be in the building for Howard and Morgan. I'm going to be in the building for that one. Listen, this is why I'm trying to tell y'all that Morgan State scoring, Morgan State going up 10-0 on NCCU will be absolutely huge because one, they're not intimidated offensively to their defense, right? They're not intimidated. So the fact of the matter is that if they can go up 2 scores, if they can get that 10-3 lead, 10-3-0, and that defense can tee off on NCCU the way that it wants to and does, it's going to be a long day. I'm not saying that NCCU's offense isn't good and it can't score or anything like that. But I'm saying to you is you're dealing with just as good as NCCU's offense is just as Morgan State is just as elite defensively. So those two are going to cancel each other out. What you need Morgan State to do is put up points, and 3-0 ain't enough. You can count NCCU for at least one touchdown. I wouldn't be surprised if this game is 17-14, 21-17, something around those lines. But Morgan State has to, they can't sit back and say, we're playing good defense and we're going to win 3-0. That ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen because like You get mistakes, you get fumbles, you get interceptions, you get those things. They happen in football. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go down, control the clock, run the ball. You got to get another touchdown. I mean, you got to get a touchdown. Can't play around with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Give them a chance. Got to go to the field on this one. Got to go to the field on this one. Got to go to the field on this one. That's hold. That's a hold. If I'm NCCU, I'm not worried. If I'm NCCU, I'm not worried. We just need one drive. You get what I'm saying? Like that's what you're dealing with when you're having situations like this. If you're NCCU, hey man, we just need one drive. We good. We good. We've been here. One drive. We good. Like one play. What that momentum get to swinging, it's real. But you Morgan State do something defensively, it's a problem. It's an absolute problem. If they can get a pick or a fumble or something like that, it's a problem. Oh, that boy. Who is that boy? Number 3? Number 0? God, who is numbers? Did you see the way he went through that block? Ah, that was nasty. Like that dude wasn't even there. I picked NCCU to win, but you know, I like rooting for the underdog. I like chaos. Okay, I'm a chaos. I love chaos. So if Morgan State win number 0, whoo, whoo, whoo. Man, that boy went through that boy like he was butter. Oh man, crazy. Jesus, crazy. That was nasty. Oh, that looked like that was close to a fumble. YouTube TV now. About time. About time. Watch the QB keep right here. Watch the QB keep right here. Watch the QB keep right here, Morgan. Ah, holding, ref. Man, Jesus, they are holding. The D tackle beat him, and you see him move out, and the guy. Come on, man. What's the hold right here? Come on, man. Boy, I'm telling you, that ain't gonna work against Morgan. That pulling stuff ain't gonna work. They're too disciplined. They play it perfectly, right? Because what happens when people pull, and Blue can contest this, usually linebackers don't like to see pulling, and they hop. They hop out the way. D ends, they'll hop out the way, which you didn't leave an alley for running backs to get through, right? Or you try to jump, instead of taking on the block, you try to jump around the block. Morgan State is like, nah, we going through them jokers' chest. So it makes them stall, and then they can't move anybody, and then that's when the running back runs into them. So they're playing it perfectly. Man, Morgan State is so disciplined on that. Got him! Let's go! Come on! Come on, Morgan! They got to score, though. I don't care. Listen, all them stops is good and dandy, but it's still a one-score game, and you're not taking NCCU out of it, right? You're not taking NCCU out of it with a one-score game. It just ain't happening. You got to go up at least 10-0 so that you have the wiggle room if you make a mistake, right? You gotta have the wiggle room if you make a mistake. It's football. It's going to happen. It comes. Rarely do you play a perfect game. And your offense is inept at points in time. So the defense is doing their job. And they're going to continue to do their job. There's been some drops and things like that, but you need your offense to put points on the board, and field goals are not going to cut it. They got to get in the end zone, and you need Damian Anthony to get his head out of his ass and actually start hitting some wide receivers. So it is what it is, man. I'll be right back. I go to the bathroom. I'm Edwin says I love them. Absolutely love him, Edwin. Absolutely love him. Nick, whose defense is harder? Morgan's. Morgan's. I think Morgan is more complete. I think Tennessee State's is more of a D line front, and everybody else kind of works off that. Me personally, I think Morgan State is solid from the front to the back. Like everybody is high level. You know what I'm saying? So I would take Morgan State's defense over Tennessee State's defense. That's just my personal opinion. So just is that just is what it is. Well, they did a little bit early with the tight end. You know, they would have the guy come in motion and things like that. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it is what it is. I see you. I get your point. You know, I do think there needs to be a little bit more motion to help everybody, you know, to help the quarterback out. But you know, they did it in the early scripted plays that scored. It scored to get that field goal. They did it early. So it's not like they don't have it. I like it. That's a great play call. That's a great play call. You could have threw at the blitz or you went up. I love it. Great play call. Great play call. I love it. Ah, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. In the background. You meant backfield, dummy. You got to go to the short side of the field. You got three over here. I like it. I like it. I like it. Good rundown by 50. Good rundown by 50. Good rundown by 50. That's a good rundown by 50. That's nice. That's good. That's good. That's good. False start. That was a false start. Well, these refs are bad. Oh man, this game, boy, this is gonna be a tough one right here. This is gonna be a tough one. This is one of them jokes you gonna be like, oh god, it's gonna be an ugly game. I forgot it isn't Morgan's coach from the yeah, he is. He's from the DMV area. He's from I think he's either from PG or he's from I think he's from PG. Yeah, I think he's from PG. Actually, both the coaches are. Sewell's from I think Sewell's from DC. If I'm not mistaken, I think Sewell's from the defensive coordinator's from DC. Um and um and and Damon's from Maryland. No, 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 they're both from Maryland. No, they both from Maryland. Oh man, not a lifetime contract. Boy, y'all stupid. Boy, y'all stupid. That man said you need a lifetime contract. Y'all dumb. Hey, listen, I got 126. If you haven't joined the off script membership, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and join the off script membership. We got $4.99, $9.99, $19.99. It's all levels of memberships. Go ahead and do that. Support the channel. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Like as always, make sure you like the stream. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you like the stream. They say you gotta tell black people 3 times for them to do it. So go ahead and do that. That's the least you can do. You know what I'm saying? That's free. Okay. If you don't want to support the channel, that is at least free. So go ahead and like the channel. All right, and everything. You're watching the Morgan State NCCU watch party. Don't do too many MEAC watch parties, but hey, it is what it is. Peasy, bro. Long story, my guy. Long story. But next season, I got you. Next season, I got you. Hey, listen. I know this is probably super random, but when you get a chance, y'all need to go listen to this song, "A Bomb in Helium." I'm probably spelling it wrong. Hey, listen. This jank goes. This jank goes. Like I heard it one time and I was like, I thought it said it's a bomb in Gilead. I know I didn't spell that right, but it's Gilead. I don't know how to spell it, but I thought it's a bomb in Gilead. I was like, well, who's the bomb? Like, why would they be calling Jesus a bomb? But that song right there, bomb, BALL, fire, absolutely fire, absolutely fire. Yeah, yeah, by Karen Clark. Yeah, that jank. Woo! That jank go. I be listening to that jank every day. That song, absolute. She be blowing on that jank. She be like, Jesus is a bomb. But that jank, woo, that jank go. I just found it, so don't judge me. You know what I'm saying? You, I told you the boys be hitting out there. He calls me a heathen. I just found that song not too long ago. So you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, yeah. Listen. I'm new to this whole I'm new to this whole gospel thing because if for me, if it wasn't Kirk Franklin or Fred Hammond, I wouldn't. I wasn't listening to it. I wouldn't listen to it. If it wasn't them two, I wouldn't listen to it. But King got me expanding my gospel palette, and I stumbled upon uh Mom and Gilead. That's my jam. That's my jam. Oh, he dropped it! Oh, he dropped it! Let's go, Morgan! Oh, he dropped it! Yikes! Yikes! Come on, Morgan! Come on, Morgan! Let's get you. Hey, 146. We gotta make plays, baby. I agree. I would take a shot. I wholeheartedly agree. You're on their side of the field. I'm taking a shot. I totally agree. Not the way they play. Not the way they play in this defense, though. You can't take a shot on that. They're playing like 10 yards off. Like you can't. You can't do that. Yeah, they was playing like 10 yards off. Like nah. They're definitely in like quarters. They're definitely in quarters. They switched to QBs. Why did I like Dominique Anthony? He wasn't doing bad. What is this? What the crap, man? If this Bama throw a pick, I swear for God. What what was the point of that? What was the point of switching quarterbacks? What there was nothing that Dominic Anthony did that was wrong. Like he wasn't playing bad. So what was the point of switching out quarterbacks? The clock is supposed to stop. I agree, totals. I agree. That was a big hit. That was a big hit. I can't believe Jay didn't say Howard. Got him. Ain't no accident. What was that? Time out. Time out. Time out. Okay, no time out. NCCU gets the ball at half. If I'm being honest, I'm not seeing, I'm not seeing anything special from NCCU. If I'm being honest, if I'm being a buck, I'm not. Now, it could be that Morgan State's defense is just that good, which I believe they are, because they showed it all season long that they are that special. But NCCU, I don't know what it is about conference play or like playing people that know you and seen you before that they just make you look bad. You know what I'm saying? And they're just making NCCU look bad. They're just making NCCU look bad. And really, if the running game for NC, because think of, okay, if you go back and look at the stats for the last 3 games for NCCU, they've all come with Davius running for 3 to 4 touchdowns, right? 100 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, whatever you need him to do. It's mostly done with his feet. So the fact of the matter is that Morgan State is shutting that down, and now you're making him a passer and making these wide receivers have to make plays. They look more inefficient. I don't think they did. I think NCCU should be coming off a win against Elon, or maybe they did come off a bye. I know that Morgan is coming off a bye because their homecoming got canceled. So maybe NCCU is coming. Oh, who they play last? All I remember is their last game against Elon. So it is what it is. Rocky, coming to you.
Hey, what's up, Scotty?
What's up,
Hey,
Rock?
what it seemed like to me, Scotty, is Morgan State has a plan that Davius Richards ain't gonna beat them. Like anybody else can, we gonna let you do what you want to do, but Davius Richards is not gonna beat us. You know, because all 11 eyes seem like they own him every play. You know, uh, and that means that you have to have a calculated approach offensively.
I
You
I
know,
also
so
I, I also think that I won't say all 11 eyes are on them, but I think that front five says that front four is saying we're better than their O line. We're just straight better than their O, and they're proving it. I mean, they're proving it in and out, down in, down out that they're better. Now, I do believe there's probably a spy on Davius. I do believe that it's probably a spy every other play, but I just think Morgan State is saying, "Yo, our front four is better than your offensive lineman, and we're going to show you."
Well, this is what I say. When you play the kind of defense that Morgan State is playing, in my opinion, you gotta instead of running your quarterback. Now, this is just my thought. Instead of running your quarterback, you gotta get the ball in other players' hands for like 5 to 10 straight plays, so that they take their eyes off of Davies and they get in something more conventional. Like to me, it looks really like everybody's like the quarterback scrambles is not a surprise. The quarterback counters is not a surprise. You know, they ran an option. They weren't surprised by it. Like they ready for all the quarterback threats. You know, to me, they got to run a conventional offense where the quarterback is not a runner, and that's going to cause them to have to use either a rhythmic passing game, incorporate another runner in the game. Because Morgan looks very prepared for what NCCU was trying to do. You know, and I'll say this up front. Morgan looks athletic. They're not just big dudes. They look athletic.
Yeah, that number 0 they got. That Bama cold.
And when you have a quarterback like Davius Richard, having an athletic front helps you out. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because of his mobility. Because of his mobility. Yeah. And listen, I think. Listen, I've said it over the season, and I think NCCU is. I'm not saying they're a bad team. I'm not saying that at all. But I think they've been in my opinion, I think they've been overhyped because I don't think they're receiver. It's not much about this team that's special other than Mookie and the quarterback. Like the receivers aren't special. The defense isn't really that special. The DBs are pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing about this team. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, it's like this. I'll say this. If you took the blindfold off and told me which team you like, and you didn't know names and nothing like that, you would take Morgan State just simply because of their defense. And you'll figure everything else out. You know what I'm saying? You're like, hey, listen, I'll take that elite defense and I'll figure the rest out. With NCCU, you're pretty much saying, I'll take the quarterback and I'll figure everything else out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it looks like to me in this particular situation. I do think that NCCU is better offensively and they're just okay at defense, and that's going to get them by probably in this game. But I mean,
now the thing that makes the game that maybe deflating for Morgan, like to me, I don't see nothing that Morgan really does offensively consistently. You know what I mean? The one pass play down the sideline was really the only thing that I really saw that was, that looked like a play. And then they subbed the guy that threw the ball out and they put another quarterback in. Obviously, they don't have a guy at quarterback. They don't have a special guy at quarterback.
No, they don't.
Like, if you don't have a special guy at quarterback, then QB is just another position, right? And where you're searching for the hot hand, trying to exploit what each player does well. It's just another position if you don't have a special guy, And with that kind of defense, you're also looking for a guy who is not going to make a mistake.
I thought David Anthony was having a pretty good game. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of I felt like Damian Anthony was having a pretty good game. Let me get this other caller in, Rocky, and just call back a little bit later. All right. Hey, Dre, coming to you. What's up, Dre?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm watching the game. It seems like they're forcing him to be a passer, and they want to see, can you win it on your arm?
That's fair, because he hasn't done that in any game. In the Elon game, he had three. Yeah, the Elon game, he had 3 touchdowns rushing. The Campbell game, he had 4 touchdowns rushing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what's been the difference in all those games. But go ahead.
Yeah. So, which is basically what the NFL wants to see also. That if I give you 30 passes, if all of a sudden you need to throw 30 or 40, can you throw 30 or 40? Which, we don't know if he can. So they got a great game plan right now. Morgan State has to score more, though.
Oh,
because they're going to get a touchdown.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the thing is that Davis is going to have to push the ball down the field and give one of his receivers going to have to make a play for him. Like the one he threw in the second level and the guy straight dropped it. You can't drop that. You can't. Davis did everything he's supposed to do. You can't drop that. You get what I'm saying? So, it's that for me. But once again, I'm still saying like their guys ain't like they're not like, ooh, I'm scared. Like that. Like that's. Not...
But also it's almost like they haven't had to either because they're like, well, we'll just sit there, we'll take a couple of passes down, but when we really need to, we'll just run it. They have to break a couple of tackles. So when you put them in a box, okay, we're gonna put you in a box. You can't run. We need you to be 30 or 40. That's what we need you to be.
Yeah.
Can you be 30 or 40? Because you're going to have to show that. Because no matter how athletic you may be, the job of a quarterback is still to throw the ball. You're going to have to throw it. In the NFL, you won't be able to sit there and outrun folks and run over. You're going to have to throw the ball. So, it's interesting to see. They got a great game plan, though. So that's Morgan State. They've always done well on that.
If I'm being honest, I don't think the game plan is really that. I just think it's Morgan State being Morgan State. Like I really don't think there's a serious game plan because I'm not seeing a lot of. Now I did see one time where NCCU went 3-by-1. The running back was in the backfield and they had their DN drop under that slot receiver. Perfect. I love stuff like that because a lot of quarterbacks don't expect it, and that's how you throw picks. Davius saw it, and then he went the opposite way, and he ran. That's when he got that big hit put on him. But other than that, I really believe it's just Morgan State being Morgan State. I'm not seeing them blitz. I'm not seeing them do nothing exotic. They're literally just lining up and saying, you're not better than us. You're not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, overall, no, you have a special player at the quarterback position, but you're going to have to show us how special he is. If he's as special as you say he is, he better be special today. But the thing that's going to hurt Morgan State is if they can't score the ball. If Morgan State can do what they did in the first quarter, in the third quarter, they'll win this game. They'll win the game because if they can eat that clock up, they had two drives. And ate up most of the clock and came away with points. So if they can do that again in the third quarter, they have a very high likelihood of winning this game, but they got to come away with a touchdown.
Yeah, they need one. You can't keep it that close.
Can't do it.
If you get to the fourth quarter and it's that close, they can win this.
It's possible. It's definitely possible. And I think I'll tell you this. I would put my money if it was, see, these are the type of games you want to talk about, right? If it's a 80 or 85-yard drive and NCCU needs it for the win, I'm taking my money on Morgan State every time. I'm putting money on Morgan State to stop them. That's how great I think they are. You know what I'm saying? So
you don't know if, especially if it's like 2 minutes, you don't know if they could sit there and once again, talking about beating it through the air. I don't know if they could sit there within 2 minutes, put together a 2-minute drive. Like this ain't like you've seen other quarter, you just haven't seen it that much, so you don't know if it could be done.
I just think that if it was a 2-minute drive with NCCU, I'm expect more that Davius probably runs than throws it. And I think that fits into Morgan State and they stop it.
Yeah.
Simple for me. But hey man, appreciate the call as always, Dre.
Appreciate it.
All right. I mean, he hasn't thrown a pick because he hasn't had that many attempts at throwing the ball. I mean, listen, He doesn't have to. When you're running, like, listen, come on, man. When you're running for 175 yards, 180 yards, and 3 touchdowns, you're not putting the ball in harm's way. Because I don't need to. Because we're gonna do QB power, QB power, QB power, QB power. Like, that's what you're gonna lean into because it works. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna lean into it because it works. And that's fair. Listen. NCCU will be happy with that because they're probably not going to face a better defense all year. This is probably the best defense they're going to face all year, right? So walking out of that game 7-6, that's a win. Because if their goal is a Celebration Bowl, you still at the top of the charts if you walk away with 7-6. Okay, this is where it gets tricky. Okay, this is where it gets tricky because if you talk to Josh, he should be drafted. If you talk to Coach G, he would say he's supposed to be drafted. I've talked to some people in the NFL. He's not very high on their list of being drafted. And me personally, I think it would benefit Davis Richards more going into that USFL, that National Spring Football League. I think it would benefit him going there than going straight to the league. I don't think as a passer he's that developed. That's my thing, right? Because I don't think as a passer he's that developed for where he needs to be. I do think he's a dynamic guy. I think in the league, I think there's a place for quarterbacks like him in the league. I will not say no. I will not say no. But I just don't see the arm talent and the consistency to throw the ball that I would need to see to say he should be drafted. Would not be surprised if he goes undrafted. If he goes undrafted and gets picked up as a free agent, listen, honestly, he's not going to get drafted. Listen, that's flat out. He ain't getting drafted. I don't care what you talk. I don't care who you talk to, right? He's not getting drafted. My thing is this. I would not be surprised if he makes a team. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes the practice squad in the NFL. Because you don't make 6'4", 6'5" guys that run the way he can and has the ability to throw. So I do believe there is a place for him in the NFL if they decide to go there. I would like to see him play and get those snaps. So I think it would benefit him to go to the of the national, to the Nationals, whatever, the XFL. I'm just calling it the XFL because I think it's called like the National Spring Football League, NSFL. So, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I don't think he's good enough as a quarterback, like to just get drafted. And as Dave keeps saying, the draft class is just too deep. So, no, this is his last year. So. Right now, he looked better than Bryce Young. He better than Bryce Young. Let me stop. Let me stop. Panthers are ass. Oh man. I'm telling you. Listen. I told Dave. This is what I said. This is what I said when the draft process started. I was never high on Bryce Young. Never was a fan. Now he could do it too. Listen, I wasn't a Tua fan for the last. I wasn't a Tua fan, and he's kind of turning around. So Dave could be right. It could be the coach. You get a new coach in there, kind of like if you remember Alex Smith before Jim Harbaugh, and then after, or John, whichever one of the brothers they were. They both got J's, right? But if you remember Alex Smith before and then after he got there, and then you get what I'm saying? So there could be some stuff into that, but I still thought CJ Stroud was the better prospect. I'm just keeping it buck. CJ Stroud was the better prospect over Bryce Young, and that's by a long mile. That wasn't even close. So that's just me. That was just my personal. I just thought CJ Stroud was a better prospect, period. So I'm gonna just leave it. Shoot, I'll tell you. I wish the Cowboys would have drafted CJ Stroud. I'll take CJ Stroud over Dak Prescott any day of the week. I love CJ Stroud. That boy be balling. So listen, them Texans gonna be a problem. Them Texans gonna be a problem for a long time. For a long time. So, but I think that one's gonna hit. Caleb Williams and Drake May be better than both. First of all, I'm just be honest with you. Okay, this is probably gonna be my hot take. This is probably gonna be one. I think Caleb Williams is a system guy, right? I think Caleb Williams is a system guy. I think if you don't have the right system, you're not going to get Caleb Williams is not a West Coast style. Like, you couldn't put Caleb Williams in a West Coast style offense. That's just my personal opinion. This is just from what I see. I'm not a huge fan of Caleb Williams. I think he reminds me of, I know people are going to say, what? He reminds me of Sam Darnold when he came out of USC. That's what he reminds me of. When I see Caleb Williams play, there's some things that he can do that you're just like, wow. And that's the same thing Sam Darnold did when he was at USC. So I'm not saying that Caleb Williams isn't going to be good, but I think Caleb Williams, I think McNabb, I don't know about that one. I don't know about McNabb. I don't know about McNabb. McNabb took a bad Syracuse team very far. I don't know about that. They weren't bad. They were decent, but Caleb Williams got some talent, and they haven't even came close to sniffing the college football playoffs. So I don't know about that one. Yeah, I think it's just something about Caleb Williams that I'm just not a fan of. I don't know what it is. I just can't put my finger on it. Now, I like Drake May. I got to go watch some more film of him, but I like. He said, nah, they was bad. You know what I'm saying? Donovan McNabb took a bad Syracuse team pretty damn far. You know what I'm saying? So I can't give Caleb Williams got talent around him, and he still can't. He couldn't even beat Tulane. So I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry. I just that one. I can't. Michael Penix. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think some of this stuff, man, you got to look at it like, you got to look at some of these things like, some of this stuff is just the way that college systems are ran, right? That's the way certain college, let me tell you why I was so high on CJ Stroud, right? I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna be totally honest. It was off of one game. I watched the Ohio State and Georgia game, right? I didn't watch CJ Stroud all year. The first time I saw CJ Stroud was saw him in person, watched this film, was the UGA game. And the thing that I loved about CJ Stroud is, one, the moment never seemed too big for him. He was doing everything possible to keep his team in the game. And then two, he made every freaking throw. Every throw. It was just just nice, tall, standing tall in the pocket, running. Didn't matter how man, after that game, I was like, I'm drafting that guy. I was like, I'm drafting that. If after that UGA game, I said I'm drafting that guy. Because he was playing on another level. He was just playing on another level, on a whole nother level. And they win that game if Marvin Harrison Jr. don't go down. If Marvin Harrison Jr. doesn't get hurt, they win that game. They absolutely win that game. So for me, yes. It's a good comp. Real good comp. But I'm gonna have to watch more Penix. I'm not gonna lie to you, because Penix is giving me Colt McCoy Hawaii vibes, right? Like that's the vibes I'm getting. That's the vibes I'm getting. I know that sounds bad, but he's giving me like Colt McCoy. No, I'm not. That Colt McCoy was Texas. Colt Brennan. He's giving me Colt Brennan Hawaii vibes. Like that's the vibe. When I watch the stuff that he does sometimes, that's the vibes I get. So I gotta go. I gotta really watch Michael Penix and be like, mm, you know what I'm saying? So Colt Brennan, yeah, that's the vibes he gives me. That's the vibes he gives me. All the throws, that's the vibes I get when I watch him. I'm like, give me Colt Brennan vibes. You know what I'm saying? So, just saying, just saying. But I'm gonna go watch some stuff on Pro Football Focus. I'm gonna go watch some Michael Penix. Oh, fumble! Wow, damn, they got 8 yards. Never got never fumbled. Never fumbled the snap and got 8 yards. What type of foolishness is that? Ooh, yikes! Ay, ay, ay. Keyshawn, Keyshawn needs to leave Alabama State. He can't. If Keyshawn wants to get drafted, he needs to leave Alabama State. Period. Period. He ain't gonna have the production he needs. 3-0. Scores 3-0. Man, they play that pool so perfectly, bro. Morgan State plays that pooling, that power play so well. They gotta stop that. Watch the quick throw. Watch the quick throw. How do you feel about Jeremiah? Listen, he needs a counter move. But his power and his speed and power, it's nasty. He has that under rip or whatever they call it. He does that really, really well. But I mean, I gotta see his height and weight. But I like him. I do like him. I do like him though. I do like him. I think Devontae Davis needs to go FBS. If Devontae Davis go FBS, I think he gets drafted. I think he's a prototype run drive, run stopper. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's leading the SWAC in sacks. So he needs to go to a Big 12. He needs to go to some type of conference where he can really show off his skill sets. They're killing the middle of this field right now. NCCU Morgan got to stop the middle of the field because they're killing the middle of the field right now. But yeah, but I think Devontae Davis needs to transfer. Well, that's what I heard. I heard they wanted him, but he wanted to graduate from Jackson. So I think he graduates this year, and I think he'll probably go to Colorado next year, if I'm being honest. So I really think that's what's going to happen. Somebody told me that. So don't be surprised if you see it. Make me happy. Right beside me. I won't forget. Oh! Good hit. And I won't forget. Not really. You. You should know. If I'm Morgan State right here, I don't think I rush four. I think I drop. I think I drop one from the D line just to kind of buzz underneath one of these short routes. But we'll see what they do. Gotta go get them though. Gotta go get them. Oh, good blitz. Good tackle. Good tackle. Them boys hitting out here, boy. Morgan State be hitting. Morgan State be out here hitting. Let's see. Let's see if he makes it. I hope he misses. I can't stand this field goal kicker. Darn, he made it. If I see that white boy again for Morgan State, I'm gonna be very upset. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If I see that white boy from Morgan State out here again, I'm gonna be very upset. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just leave that alone right there. So, cause he ain't it. He ain't it. That ain't it. Random, but the way the Saints been playing, they may as well elevate Shaq Davis from the practice squad. Give him some. I agree. And I think adding Shaq Davis to Andy Dalton, I think you'll see. Okay, watch me here. Watch me here. Give me some time on this one. I think if you add Shaq Davis with if you add Shaq Davis with Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, right, and you keep Shaq Davis in the slot. Remember, this is the same Andy Dalton that used to give the jump balls to AJ Green. So he's capable of giving those opportunities to big receivers. So I think that would be a good look for for Shaq Davis. But it's all about how you look in practice. Tied up. Good catching, chatting with y'all. Time to watch my money on Twitter at the same manner. All right, man. Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate you. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, but Andy Dalton is playing right now. I thought Andy Dalton. Oh, I thought Andy Dalton was with the Saints. I swear to God, I just saw the Red Rifle throw a pass. I could have sworn I just saw Andy Dalton throw a pass for the Saints to Chris Olave last weekend. Am I wrong? I could have sworn I saw Andy Dalton on the Saints. Oh, why he's on the Panthers? So who threw the pass to Chris Olave? Hmm. Oh, he was on the Saints last year. Okay, they must have played a re they must have played a replay. Okay. I'm about to say it must have been a replay. Bro, I am trying to get a Marquise Bell jersey signed. If my boy Marquise Bell will reach out to me. Thank you. Thank you, Anthony. Good catch. Good catch. You got the bubble route at the bottom if you want it. You got the bubble route at the bottom if you want it. Good run. 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 Stay in front of the chains. Oh my God. Let me see what's going on. He had the drag route, bro. Just hit the drag route. Let's go. First down. First down. If he don't touch that, that's a pick. Get out. Ah, get to the front. Okay, good tackle. You got the now route if you want it. You got the now route if you want it. Oh! Oh! Oh, it's one-handed. Oh, it was one-handed. Oh, wait. I thought it was two-handed. He caught it one-handed. Ooh, wait, that was nasty. Jesus, that was nasty. Jesus, that jug was nasty. Ooh, wait. Dog, how the way he snagged it, I mean, he literally snagged it and scooped it. Jesus. Jesus Christ, that's tough. His elbow too. His elbow counts as 2 feet. His elbow counts as 1 foot. Yeah, so his elbow counts as 1 foot. Man, listen. If you got Bama's that can, and that's what makes Morgan State even more upsetting. If you can make plays like that, if you got guys that can make plays like that, how are you averaging 13 points per game? Come on, man. Actually, hey, listen. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad look with that defense. With that, hey, that's not That's not bad. That's not a bad. That's not a bad. That wouldn't be a bad situation. I'm just saying with that defense, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad situation. For real, for real. For real, for real. For real, for real. They could probably beat some FBS programs with that defense. I don't remember. I don't see that. I ain't see that. the cutback. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Let's go! Hey, that Morgan State defense is raw, bro. I'm talking about raw. Woo! Man, this Morgan State defense is like that. Pooch kick. Pooch kick. Pooch kick. Ain't no way. Pooch kick. Gotta be a pooch. How? How? How do you give that up? You're playing freaking 30 yards off. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. How you bailing You already 10 yards off and you're bailing. That doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. QB keep. Yeah, you saw Josh too. I saw him too. I like the crackback. I told y'all. How many times I told y'all? 10 points mattered. I kept telling y'all 10 points mattered. If I can't stress. Oh, wow, that's some great defense right there. I kept telling y'all 10 points matters in this game. They Morgan State needed to get to 10 points. I kept telling you that. I just kept telling you that. And now they're about to be playing from behind, and they already suck on offense. And now here we are. They, come on, man, crazy, crazy. It depends on who playing. I think I think Morgan State probably offensively they suck, man. Like I think that's the thing. Like offensively, they Morgan State offensively is ass. They got the talent, they just don't have a quarterback. So defensively, they can probably do that to half the teams in the SWAC, but they can't score. So at sooner or later, an offensive team like a FAMU, a Grambling, you know what I'm saying, Alcorn, they're going to score on you. It's only so much you can do, right? And even if it's all field goals, if you're not matching them, you're going to lose. So that just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think Morgan will be a top team in the SWAC just defensively, but you got to, I mean, offensively, if you can't score, I mean, if you're averaging 13 points per game, that tells me you cannot score. So that's what you're dealing with. That's fair. That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. That's pretty accurate, by the way. But I do think Morgan State's defense is better, though. Not many. Not many at all. Like elite, not many. This Morgan State defense is unreal, bro. This Morgan State defense is like that. Watch the mesh concept. Watch the mesh routes. Yo, that freshman is getting worked. That freshman is getting worked. That freshman is getting killed. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm really about to shut this live down. I'm really that's really how I'm feeling. I'm like, that's game. Mm. Yeah, that's not his man. Yeah, that's not the freshman's man. I'm going back to watch the play. That's not his man. It's actually the linebacker's man. It's actually not his man. It's actually the linebacker's man. Let me see. Oh, it won't play. All right, but it's it's really not like if you go back and look at it. I don't know if you guys are like the guy has the outside. Like I'm looking at it right now. The DB has the outside man, and there's a man that pushes up. There's a linebacker. It's the miscommunication with the safety. He's telling him the receiver, yeah, it's this guy. It's actually the safety's man. Because if you're looking at the play, the corner is telling the safety, hey, you got him. You got him. So he takes the guy he got, and the safety doesn't come down on his guy. And he's just, yeah, it's actually the safety's fault. If you're watching the film, if you go back and watch it, it's the safety's fault. So I'll make sure I break that down and I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow. Let me tell you, and listen, at the end of the day, Josh is going to tell you he came out with the win, though. Like, that's what Josh is going to tell you. Josh going to tell you he came out with the window. Did you see that fourth down throw? Did you see this? He going to tell you he came out with the window, but hey, it is what it is. They got one more drive. If they don't score in this drive right here, shutting it down. I ain't even about to waste my time. I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it. Hey, listen, this UAPB hype video, that ain't legit. Oh my god. Stop it. Stop it. Holding. Oh my God.
Oh, goddamn.
Facts. Man, that's a nice run. Jesus, that's a nice run. Woo! All right, y'all. All right. It's been nice knowing y'all, man. Listen, until next time, you already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.